MeteoMark weather update. This is for your Mother's Day weekend. Let's get right into a nice photo here from Ben Smith. This is the Manhattan skyline on Thursday afternoon. Thank you, Ben, for sending this in. Looks very overcast and showers expected throughout many of the areas throughout the days. And this was the picture across much of the Northeast for the last, say, couple days actually. And they picked up quite a bit of rain on the last couple days as well. So let's get right into some photos here from Linden, Texas here. And we got nice close-ups of some flowers here. Some white colored flowers here with pink in them as well. And very beautiful. Look at the bloom going on down here in Texas. And here's also some more here. Very close up. Very nice. Thank you, Lucas. These are taken by Courtney, actually, sent in by Lucas. And here's a bird, some kind of bird. Very close photo shot. Thank you. And here's a storm that moved in. A storm front that moved in overhead. These photos are taken by Lucas. You can see some of these. Look at these clouds, these cloud patterns here. Very nice capture here. Storm clouds in Texas are quite a bit different here than from up in the northern part of the country. They get more violent storms than we do. And very nice. Look at the light shining here on the horizon here, but then you got this striations in the clouds here as the storm front moved in. And here's a, is this a cardinal? I believe it is a cardinal. Very nice. Nice shot of a cardinal here. Birds aren't always the easiest things to get because they have a tendency to fly away. So let's get right into weather here. 48-hour QPF across much of the nation. You can see mainly across the eastern part of the country here. This will be for your Saturday. A lot of rain, half to 3/4 of an inch, up to more than an inch here in parts of the mid-Atlantic, New England, New York, Pennsylvania, as that wave of low pressure develops. And we'll actually see some residual rain down here, down south across New Orleans. We'll see an additional 3 to 5 inches of rain, as if you need any more rain. And most of the rain should stay south of Texas this weekend. Much of the nation will be pretty dry, exception of the Pacific Northwest, where we'll have a system move in later in the weekend, producing heavy rain. But most of the country will be very nice during your Mother's Day weekend, with the exception mainly for the East Coast and Gulf Coast states. So let's get right into the scenario that we're looking at across much of the nation for your Saturday. The system continues to bend across the northeast here, and this is where we'll get some residual thunderstorms that could be strong across much of Delaware, heading down towards eastern Maryland, eastern Virginia, and eastern North Carolina. Severe thunderstorms are possible in these areas, but that is about the only area where we'll see severe weather for your Saturday. And up here in the northeast, that's where we're looking at rain for most of the day, mainly the early part of the day and towards the coast, towards the mid to latter portion of the day. So it's not looking like a very good day across much of the mid-Atlantic and the New England states, basically the whole northeast corridor. And here across the southern states, that front sags and stalls across the Gulf Coast states, and that wave of low pressure rides across it, and more heavy rains. For your Sunday, Mother's Day, the two fronts continue to move off the east coast, bringing a lot windier, drier, but scattered lake effect rain showers across the Great Lakes. And we'll actually have a mostly sunny skies break out across much of the nation, but we're actually looking at a much cooler pattern. And I did overlay some temperatures on here because right now I'm in the process of making new temperature maps. So for now, I'm going to overlay the temperatures, and you can see 50s and even some 40s here in the northeast, and we even have some of that snow winding up. That's further up in Canada, though. So thankfully, the United States doesn't have to worry about that here on Mother's Day. And heading on into your Monday, that front continues to push off, but the tail end of this front starts to drape back up on a southerly flow, and we get the possibility of severe thunderstorms across the southern plains and warmer temperatures. And the east will have a problem here, and I'm going to discuss that, especially for my area. If we zoom in on the New York, Pennsylvania areas, parts of eastern Ohio, and parts of western New England, I'm going to post an example, and this is going to be prevalent along much of the eastern portion of the country, particularly on Monday night, I believe it is. And that's where the models are having a problem here. But for the most part, indicating clearing skies and temperatures in these valleys, especially across southern tier of New York, could be dipping down into the upper 20s, lower 30s, 29, 30, 31 degrees. This means widespread frost likely across much of not just my forecast area here, but much of eastern areas. I'm even reading some areas and far south as Virginia could be getting into the frost category. So I wanted to make you aware of that, and this is pretty late in the season to be having a frost. That's pretty much going to do it for MeteoMark. Like me on Facebook at MeteoMark. Subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com. My website is MeteoMark.com. Here's a 4-day forecast for my hometown viewers from Binghamton to Elmira in the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania. As you can see, pretty much the rest of the weekend here, we're starting out kind of wet, but we're going to continue to cool off, upper 50s, actually mid 50s by Sunday across the Susquehanna region of New York and northeast Pennsylvania. Overnight lows will dip down into the mid 30s by about Sunday night, and then the low 30s to possibly 29 in some of the colder valleys. We're looking at Monday night into Tuesday morning, and we'll have those scattered showers about, but as we head on into next week, we'll start to warm up a bit, and the sunshine will come back out with less showery conditions. That's going to do it for MeteoMark.